Hi, Cancers. Let's see what's in your energy. Okay, so you've been going through a test. Something that was supposed to destroy you, maybe take you out. Maybe someone, like energy that betrayal energy, someone taken from you. Or just that you felt like maybe you're going to fail with something, right? Fail, defeat energy. Maybe kind of like, I don't know. I feel like maybe you're finally coming out of this energy of like this type of like argumentative energy, a little bit like having to be one up on someone or people around you. Almost kind of like, before you fucking take from me or fuck with me, let me make sure I defensive, kind of maybe like combative. Like somebody is like, people around you are battling you, or like war, or like people around you are just gonna fuck with you. But in actuality, this has been a test for you to kind of, I feel like it's about discernment. Because like the victory, it's not about, oh, see, I was right. This person did this and this and this happened and I knew it. It's more so like, but how did you handle yourself and your emotions through that test, through that situation? What did you do? You know, like, were you combative in arguments and like, oh my gosh, no, this is a, because sometimes with our discernment, we know what we know, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to act on it. The universe is supposed to act on it. Not, you know, we might be a part of judgment, but we aren't judgment. Because like, who are we to judge? There you go. There's something about a test, about leaving home, going somewhere, making a different decision, preparing to go somewhere. There's some type of test that you fucking pass. No matter how gray and how gloomy things may look, or you don't know where things are gonna go, do you still stay on one side? There you go. Like, are you still on the same side of the fence? It doesn't matter if people fucking with you and somebody trying to be conniving and steal from you and do this and all that and fuck with you. What side of the fence do you stand on? What side of the battle do you stand on? And no matter what, are you still standing on that side? Your goals still have to remain the same. What's the goal? It don't matter how many distractions. It doesn't matter how many people don't show up for the fucking same goal. What is your goal? You still have to get there. So, I don't know. Something significant about that. I don't know. So you've been, you are coming finally out of this burnt out stress energy. You're finally coming out of this like anxiety, this pressure, this, oh my gosh, things are going a certain way. Why isn't anything working? I feel like you've been in that type of mindset, Cancer, that things have been burdens and stress. And like, I feel like you're finally coming out of that. But then like, it's something about, you know this though. You know why you've been going through the burden and the stress. And like, you know why you had to be tested. Your strength literally had to be tested. You've been handling that shit pretty well. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. Because whatever the fuck it is, I think it's this. Because I don't know. I would do this, not this. This is like, give me a piece. This is, there you go. So it's something about, you already kind of knew this. Again, your intuition, your discernment is already there, clearly there, but your strength was tested of how much can you handle burdens and stress with saying, no, I fucking choose me. So you're choosing yourself, Cancer. And this was the whole test. You've been going through a test for a long time, and it's been a long time, but it was needed to prepare you for your next journey, okay? To prepare you for your next journey. Manifesting, passion, inspiration. Ooh, it's all here. Because this shit inspired you. This shit just kicked your ass. It blew some smoke up in your motherfucking ass. To where your ass is done struggling. You're done struggling, surviving. You're done being stressed and burdened. You're done being defeated. You're no longer tolerating being defeated. So now your strength is being tested. Now you know you're strong enough to fucking take on whatever the fuck it is you need to take on. can't shit bring you down, whether it's love, whether it's a loss, death, anything. You have learned how to maneuver through transformations over and over and over again. You have been tested, and you probably been like going like in your head going crazy about, why the fuck is all this shit happening? Why is all these changes? Why is all this, I can't do this. Why is this? No, you can do it because you just did. And you might have to keep doing it. Every time it's time for transformation to level up, boo, it's called wisdom, and it's called knowledge, and it's called leveling the fuck up, and it's called, how can you be a teacher, or how can you know if you don't experience? You have to experience every side of every equation. That's all you're about to do. And that's all. That is all. Because guess what, baby? You need to know how to manifest no matter what. You need to know how to be inspired and passionate about whatever you got, no matter what is being presented, no matter what is around you. Even if you see the motherfuckers trying to take from you, you're watching them, right? Why the fuck would that stop you, though, from where the fuck you have to go and what you have to do? Pretty much, basically, it's like, how strong are you? Don't, you know what I mean? Don't stop and worry about who the fuck is trying to take from you. It's always going to be a motherfucker trying to take from you. Sorry for the language, guys. Ooh-wee. But, I mean, it's true. You're making progress. Ooh-wee. Okay, so the burdens that you've been experiencing, Cancer, it was a choice. And it was always a choice. You had a choice. So what made you stay and take on those burdens? It was a choice. And the more that you accept that, the more that you're going to be better off. It was a choice. It was always a choice. You never had to deal with anything. You were testing your own strength. You just wanted to see if you could take some shit, be in some shit, be about some shit. And, you know, now it seems like you're on the other side, right? Now you see why it was a choice. Now what are you going to do with that? Now it's time to make some moves, balance some shit out. Now it's kind of like you get to choose if you want to choose to be a part of that or not. You had to experience this for a reason. And especially if you took the burden in a partnership or in a dynamic or something, in a partnership, in anything, friendship, whatever, it doesn't matter. It could be work related and you took the burdens at work. So maybe you were the person who always, I'll take those extra days. I'll do the work. I'll do this. I'll be that person. You're just taking on burdens and stress for no fucking reason, but it was your choice. Only to what? Realize I did all that. I did all that, but you're still standing, you're still Gucci, you're still okay, you're still alive, you're still going, but it was always a choice. So basically, at any minute, whatever you want is given. That's why manifest. So that the point is that you're finally choosing you. I really feel like you're finally just choosing you. You had a choice and you chose and you saw and you conquered, and now it's time to choose you. Okay? And it's something about you wanted to see if there was love. You wanted to see if something was so real and so abundant and so this, that. Or you wanted to see maybe if what you manifested was actually truly what it was. But even sometimes what we manifest, that doesn't mean we're ready. And it doesn't mean that it's not going to require some work. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. And it doesn't mean that it might not burden you and stress you out. Because then you might be like, ooh, I manifested that. Let me step back a little bit. Well, it's a choice. You know, it's a choice. It's a choice. Something significant about your birth certificate. You might be trying to go ahead and find out your birth chart. So you might be scrambling around the house for your birth certificate just to find your time of birth, just so that you can know, your birth chart. That's something significant. You've been on an emotional roller coaster lately, okay? You've been on a big, huge emotional roller coaster lately. And it's time that you balance your emotions because it's going to be needed. You need all of your emotions for whatever it is that you are trying to manifest and create. Something is very significant about herbs. In art. Herbs, art, they're talking to you. You need to listen. You need to listen. Listen to the herbs and the art. What are they saying to you? Talk to your herbs. Talk to your art. Talk, and listen and hear. Okay? Because there's something there. It's something there. Something about this might change your life. This was your reading, Cancer. Peace.